Alright everybody, welcome back to part 2 of round 1 of the 2021 St. Paddy's Day Meltdown at Eudora Park in Fort Collins still. Got John Boothe here with me giving us the TD's perspective on the course.
Yeah, thanks Dale. We'll see Andrew here starting the back nine. He's Fort Collins native. I don't know if he's a native, but he definitely is. He lives in Fort Collins, been playing with him for a while.
Yep, definitely part of the local disc golf scene.
Yeah, we got Cory McGrath. He's a CSU. He was on the CSU club a few years ago. You'll see him, obviously, on a putt like that. You'll see him. He's a pretty good player.
Yep, he definitely knows how to bring his game out for these events. We got Jacob Roley, another Fort Collins local. He's trying to fight back from a little bit of mishap he had on a couple holes.
Tyler starting out 2 down. That's a pretty good front nine. Tyler Trefethen. He's I didn't see him much last year. Been seeing him more this year at our leagues, and he's definitely an up and comer. He's a pretty good player.
He's got an arm on him for sure.
Right, we got hole 10 with Tyler Hempstead sponsoring this hole. This is a little downhiller. We got some OB coming in right and left, and OB directly behind the basket. So you'll see
directly. Maybe 2 feet?
Yeah, it's one of those you could chain out and then be out of bounds.
Yeah.
Little forehand off of Tyler, and that's perfect.
Looks like we're getting just a little bit of sprinkling rain right now as well.
Okay. Yeah, we did have a little bit of weather come through.
Cory going with the thumber.
And sit.
Okay, so I was wrong. Maybe it's 3 feet past the basket.
It's right there, but the good news is Cory will have a tap in 3 there.
Yeah. Andrew with a nice sidearm look.
To settle down.
Yeah, just a little much on it.
And hot too. And let's see what Jacob has up for store. It's just a putter shot downhill that you want to just settle down.
It doesn't seem like it's that much downhill, but it's more than you realize.
It sneaks out as well.
So we have 3 of the 4 drives out of bounds.
Tyler putting with his jacket over his bag, but hey, it works.
And it looks like the rain stopped for him to putt, just long enough for him to throw their drives.
The way this played, you just bring it in from the OB and you're right there under the basket.
Yeah.
Andrew tapping in for easy par, and
Cory will have a drop in.
Yeah, try not to hit his head on the basket when he goes down there and pick his disc up. So we got 1 birdie and 3 pars on that one. Not too bad. That's one of the few holes. Well, did that one average? Let's see, hole 10 averaged 3.2. So I take that back. I thought it was one that averaged under par, but no, it didn't. It averaged over par as well.
I think there was only 1 hole. No, it looks like there was a few that averaged under par.
Hole 11. We changed this one up so the tee pad is off to the right. It plays a little longer. It's a little uphill. It kind of goes over a little hill. It kind of goes up and over this gradual incline here.
Yeah, kind of back down a little bit after it goes over.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to want kind of a left to right shot. Preferably an Anheuser that finishes back to the left.
Tyler's a really good shot. You kind of want to get around that one deciduous tree there. And he's right in the middle of the fairway. He'll take that all day. Let's see what Cory has. That looks a little left, but that should be okay.
If you get far enough left, there can be a look around the backside, but if you're kind of in the in-between area, you're blocked pretty bad, so we'll hope he's not too far left or far enough.
And there's OB on right and left of this hole, so you really have to spray one to find it, but it's there.
Looks like Andrew threw a pretty good shot there.
Dead center as well. A little more difficult for the lefty line. You got a few more trees coming in on the left that kind of block your shot, but sure Jacob will manage here. If it hyzers, and it does. Okay, that's a good shot.
Yeah, I think that'll work out pretty well. Oh, and Cory did find himself buried into one of those trees.
Well, he's way in there.
Just had to pitch his way out of there.
Not much you can do with that.
Kind of left him a long look for a 3, but
yeah,
from under one of those trees, that's expected.
Yeah, that's not a bad 4. It's unfortunate, but it's a tough par on this hole.
Oh,
Andrew giving it a bid.
Gave that a good run. Tyler has a putt as well. Looks like right at circle's edge. You can kind of see the paint there.
Yep, he is right on it. And
that
just
just short.
Looked good. Looked like it might have been a little tailwind that kind of knocked it down.
It's like Jacob's right near, probably just inside the circle there.
Yeah.
That's a great 2.
Good putt from Jacob. Yeah.
That's a pretty tough hole. That's a great 2.
Yeah, 502. It's not a par 4, but it's a tough par 3 for sure.
Right.
And Andrew tapping in a par.
Cory will clean up and just try and get the tree sap off his hands now.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing. You're buried into those trees. Those pine trees can get pretty sappy.
Yeah. So going on to hole 11, most of us know it as just old hole 1.
Yeah, this is we call the epic hole because it goes down the side of the epic building here. We got a double mando on this hole. This has just been a classic St. Patty's double mando.
And it is such a tough double mando having to shoot up that gap on that first shot.
Yes.
I know all these guys are just thinking what I'm usually thinking. Just get out those trees. Whatever happens, okay, but just get out.
Yeah, and if you can get through there clean, you can actually have a pretty good look on your second shot.
Right.
And that's
through
what
you want to do.
Oh, he's gonna catch that one dead tree.
That's still not bad. Might have even helped him if he'd have gone too far left. He might have got blocked by those other row of pines.
Yeah, you kind of get pinched if you don't get quite through there. See if Tyler can. He catches a branch,
he got through,
but he's
though.
through. He's through it.
Made the mando. Let's see if Andrew can punch his way out.
Forehand is interesting here, just because of the spin on the disc. And don't know if he missed it yet.
It looked like it kicked left, but I don't think he's past it.
And Cory going low. That one.
Oh, he kicked through.
That did. I got
work.
through. Okay. Well, that's one way to get through it.
Yep. So Andrew's not past it yet.
No.
Looks like he'll be trying to go under those branches.
Tough angle.
Whew. Good thing he's a little shorter.
Yeah, good thing he's not too tall. Looks like he got around past those.
Yeah,
set
he'll
of
be
pines.
in good shape there.
That was a pretty good shot. And Cory with a turnover forehand that just holds. Must be a pretty understable disc. It was a great shot.
Yeah, that's a great place to be. Not looking at an easy 3 or anything, but I'd take the chance at that 4 any day on this hole.
Heck yeah, and Tyler just striping it up the middle. That's a good shot. Jacob's down there, but got a little tree on his way. And also throws a pretty flippy disc that carries down to pin high. That was a good shot.
Inside the circle, looked like maybe 25 feet.
Yeah. Great shot. Andrew trying to go up the middle.
Oh, just left it a little.
Yeah, just came
Surprised
out
he didn't try the bounce the shot down the building side.
That's a tough shot.
It's always fun to see, though.
I can say that because I tried it a few times. Just don't hit the windows.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's doing roller, stand over, get over. It's just
just didn't want to turn.
It stays in bounds, but that's a really obstructed putt coming back.
Yeah.
Cory, just the standard forehand
pitch. Just
shot.
pop it up there for an easy par.
Alright, Tyler Looking at a 3 outside the circle, jump putt. Nope. This doesn't turn it enough.
Still, having a chance for that 4 is not bad on this hole.
Alright, Andrew just almost gets through. Catches that thick grass. And Jacob looking at a birdie.
Oh.
A little bit of a misfire there, but he'll still have an opportunity for par.
Tyler will tap out his par.
Alright, Jacob lining his par putt up. Dang it.
Just a little off to the side.
And Andrew.
He's just wanting to get off this hole at this point. He's just ready to be done.
Alright. Taps in a double bogey, but ready to go with the next one.
Yeah, if you don't make that gap on the first shot, it can really lead to some big numbers.
Yes, I've gone 3 on this hole. I've taken an 8 or more, so I understand their pain.
Yeah. That's really unfortunate to see from Jacob. He was in such good position on his throws and then just didn't capitalize on the putts.
Well, sometimes that happens, but I'll bet you he'll figure it out. Alright, going on to this hole. This is we had to modify this one a little bit. Originally we were going to have this in a much longer position, but we couldn't get the city to mow where we needed, so we had to opt for the amp position. So the hole is playing about 385. Maybe a little longer since we moved the tee back into the parking lot. Looks like Tyler's going up the middle. There is not much gap, but that's about as good as you're going to do, honestly.
Yeah, there's
shooting that middle
this
gap.
is a tough one to get a good line on. It's really tough to get a clean line that you want to hit.
And you'll know that if you go to the left side, the tall grass on that left is all out of bounds, so that you can see. Oh, Cory going right up the middle too. That's a good shot. You can see that the players avoiding that tall grass.
Yeah.
Jacob's going to show us a tomahawk. I can't tell lefty throw here. It does look like a tomahawk.
Yeah, it does.
Up and over. Okay.
That takes a lot of arm, a lot of shoulder.
Okay, that was a really good shot.
Though.
And Andrew, it looks like he is going up.
I like this. The flex left and then fighting back to the right seems more suited.
Kind of playing the hillside there.
It just didn't check back up for him. A little low to fight back.
That's not bad though. In play.
So now you're just trying to make sure you can land it close without it rolling down the hill into the tall grass that's all out of bounds. Because that's a pretty steep slope it's on.
It is. You can see right here too the angle that hill, and with an elevated basket. So
at least the grass was kind of thick, so it wasn't as likely to roll.
No. But I did throw a couple practice putts there, and they just to see what they would do, and they did roll down to the out of bounds line. So I can understand the hesitancy of not wanting to run this putt. Oh, Andrew gives a good bid.
Yeah, it was a good bid. Jacob putting for his 2 here.
See if he can clean up his putt from the last hole. And he gets it a little high, but it goes in.
That'll help build the confidence, help get him back on track.
It's a 2 on the scorecard. That's all I'm going to see.
Lots of dragonflies around.
Yes, there are. You know what that means. They're eating mosquitoes, so the more the better.
Yeah. Wish we could bring in more of them. Because we're about to head down kind of towards the creek, and anywhere near that creek, and you're definitely fighting some mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, they are thick down there. This next hole was an old position we've had in the past. It used to have a sand island around it, and sponsored by the Northgate guys, John Reed and his wife Cassidy, and they're a good group up there.
Yeah.
We were gonna have a Shamrock Island. We flagged it out, decided that was a horrible idea. So then we went with just a standard kind of a square-looking island with some hay bales behind it to kind of help with the skips. This is very hard to land on. 200-foot shot downhill. The wind was just playing havoc with the little putter shots. So it played over par for sure.
I was
might get in.
Telling a friend of mine they're lucky it wasn't Vegas, or those hay bales would have been on the front side instead of the back side.
Yeah. It was kind of nice. The guys over at Discmania, they helped sponsor this. Right over the top.
Hay bales.
They helped sponsor the whole and the tournament as well. The AM side earlier this spring, and they were able to come in last minute and give us some banners to put up to kind of help with some of the skip shots. That's a great shot there.
Yeah. So now we're seeing these guys from the drop zone trying to save their 3.
Yeah, that's a tricky lefty drop zone putt.
Well, and if you miss it, it'd be real easy to end up out the other side again.
Yeah, that OB line's only about 10 feet from the basket, maybe even less.
Oh, that was a good bid. Andrew will have a putt for a 2.
Yep.
Looks like Tyler will as well. Always feels good to be done with an island hole with the birdie.
Yes.
Even just getting off the tee with yourself on the green is nice. Seems like all the holes that I would park no problem, soon as you make it an island, I'm nowhere near the basket.
Yeah, so that hole 14 is 3.22 was the average score on that one. It seemed like a 2 or a 4. It's tough with that small of an island, but
yeah.
The only really true island on the course, so hopefully the players will get past it. And we get to hole 15. This is another one where some OB kind of got a little thick, and we had to bring it in a little tighter. So the creek on the left was the OB line. We actually had to bring it in a little further due to the overgrowth. And you'll see here as the players get up here. Big throw.
Yeah, basically a big throw. Just get yourself out in the open. Give yourself as short of an approach as you can to this.
Or just throw it 500 feet, because he went past the normal position, and that plays about 500, and he's past that. So that's a great spot. That's where you want to be if you can get there. Andrew lining up a backhand.
You don't see him throw too many of those, but he's got a good one.
No, if you get far enough right, you got a line. He's going to have to navigate that large cottonwood to get around.
Yeah, that's kind of a tricky spot, but he will have a chance from there. It's just how much of a risk he's willing to take.
Yep. Jacob, I'm not sure what he's doing, but doing Jacob things.
Looks like a hyzer flip there.
No,
I don't think it did skip. Hard to tell.
Might have caught one of those prairie dog mounds over there.
Yeah, those prairie dogs are everywhere out here. You got to really watch out you don't step in the holes, because they're big and deep.
And Cory kind of showing what I would say the average right-hand shot is, just not quite around those trees.
But he might have got himself to a decent spot where he should have a pretty open look at the green from there.
Yeah, you can see the pin just over that concrete culvert. And Jacob throwing a forehand.
That is such a scary line.
It makes it, okay.
That was a great throw. If he was a little high, he'd have caught that branch, and a little low, and he might have gone in the creek there.
Yeah, and that creek there is flowing pretty good right now, so
yeah, you can see Cory was pretty open. That wasn't a bad spot to be.
Got far enough.
Ooh, and Andrew's in a little trouble there.
Yeah, he kind of got pinched, but did he make it?
I believe he did. I didn't see the OB call out.
Tyler's just in the perfect spot right here.
Yeah, just a nice, easy little pitch up to the green.
It's a great shot.
So Andrew did make it. He's in decent, I'd say circle's edge. Maybe a little outside.
Let's go, Andrew.
Oh, and a great putt.
Good putt.
Little camaraderie amongst players there.
Tyler tapping in his birdie. This hole did average below par, 3.91. So finally we get to a hole that actually averages a little below par.
Yeah.
And Cory.
It looks like we might have a star frame here.
And Jacob makes good on his bird.
There we go.
All right. We'll have a 25-cent donation to my beer fund.
Right. Yeah, that was a great star hole. That's not one... That is a tough hole to get, really, if you're in a little out of position like Andrew was. That was a great save by him.
That was a good up and down. This hole 16, we changed it. We moved the tee all the way back. There's no double mando anymore. It's now a par... Well, it is a par 4. It is now a true par 4. It's actually 2 holes that are doubled up. We weren't going to have it because of the AMs playing, but since it's just the Pro Day this weekend, this is a little low, but it's good right up the middle.
Yeah,
it's safe.
That'll be all right.
We went ahead and put the tee in. It brings in the street timber line right there. It brings that into play if you go up and over on a right-hand backhand shot. So it's kind of a risky line. Andrew's showing you the forehand. If it doesn't move too far, oh, that's actually really good. That's right where you want to be. That's almost on the tee for the normal hole there.
Right. Anytime you can get to the tee box for the actual hole, that's a good way to go.
Yeah, and Jacob showing you the line. He's actually going to be going over the road a little bit, but hyzering back in. Oh, yeah, he's in a good position, too.
Yeah, anything past those trees and kind of to the left side, opening up a doable shot for your second shot is a good thing.
Cory, a little low. Is he going to get through?
Oh, I don't think he did. It looked like one of those trees knocked him down.
Yeah, he kicked out into a good position.
Yeah.
He's going to be left with just trying to get down to the nearest... Oh, man, didn't quite get all the way down there.
See, these guys to the left, though, it's so much more open. Like, he can just throw a big hyzer out and around that left side.
He's definitely going for this. Get over that building.
Oh, caught a little bit of tree.
That landed in the OB.
And it's not even just the pavement. There was an OB line in from there, so that was maybe 10 feet into the OB.
Yeah, if he wouldn't have caught that tree, it would have skipped right on in to the...
Andrew just going up the gut. He played it as if it was that double man.
Yeah, that's what you do from the tee.
That was a great shot.
That's a perfect shot. See what Tyler has. He's a little pinched off on the right.
Yeah.
He's going to be forced just to lay up to the nearest OB. Yep. He could have been a little farther left. If he, but,
yeah, that'll be all right, though.
Might have a way to get up and down.
So here we have Cory. Oh, that's kind of an interesting line. Needs to turn.
Oh. I knew that building was going to get somebody.
So they're just playing from where they crossed here, so...
Yeah.
Jacob.
Jump putt.
Oh, gave it a good bid.
Yeah, that's probably a good 100-foot putt from right there.
Cory's in just about the same spot. They went out about the same spot, I guess. So.
Cory just wanting to get this hole over
just
with.
Pitch it up and get out of the way, be done.
See if Andrew can knock one down here.
Yeah, get another big putt going.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, great three.
Such a good three. This hole does not give up very many birdies, but feels good to get one.
Yeah. So Tyler here.
Oh. Just left side. Tap in is 4. Yeah, just slightly. Just slightly
rolled
left
off
side.
those chains.
That'll happen.
Jacob ending the bleeding. Same with Cory.
Be happy to be done with that hole.
Yeah.
Well, we got Andrew with the birdie on this one, and again, that's solid on that hole.
Yeah, that is such a difficult hole. I've seen it played a bunch of different ways, and no matter what you do, it's a tough hole.
Yeah.
Even with no real special rules on it this time, and it was still a tough hole.
It is. It's a good one. We got hole 17. And we got some OB right. If you don't get
and
far
that's
enough.
risking it.
That's close. Is he safe?
Oh, he stayed safe.
Yes, he
And
is.
he's happy about it.
He knew
Let's see
that
if
one was...
Tyler can stay safe.
Oh, Tyler lets him go early.
Okay.
Definitely safe over there.
Yeah, that's not what you want, but he'll be okay there.
Just some large cottonwoods that are right in your way.
This is a really tight fairway. It's really not a very... I mean...
Up. No, that goes down in the
Oh,
little ditch
and
there.
that ditch is no fun. The footing in that ditch is tough.
Yeah, it's not very deep, like a foot or two, but it's just enough to throw you off. Corey, that looks good.
That's about perfect.
That looks
Yeah,
really
that's
good.
exactly what you want. That'll
Right.
be right to the tee box of the
Yeah.
hole that you usually play here.
You can get to that mulch pile right where he put it. That's where you want to
Yeah.
be. Let's see, Tyler's actually got a line. It's over the wall. And
Looks like he's
yeah.
out in the field there. He's not putting yet, but he's in good shape.
Yeah, he'll have an easy up and down. In
Oh,
that
and you can see the
ditch.
weird footing there.
Yeah, that kind of throws your hips off.
Oh,
Although,
crack. That's a good throw from there, but that's going to be a tough spot.
Yeah.
But this green is so guarded, it's hard to
It
get
is.
through.
And Andrew,
Oh.
actually, he'll have a look
He'll,
there.
yeah, it'll be open. He'll be looking at the basket.
That looks good, too.
Oh, it just didn't fight
I
through.
think I niced him on that one. Dang it. Hit that tree.
So yeah, Tyler having to kind of flick around those trees.
Yeah,
Oh, left
yeah.
it a little wide.
Tester putt there.
Cory going turbo.
And out. Okay.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll give him the par. Should.
Jacob stretching out.
Stretching out. Nice to be young.
Yeah. Some of us wouldn't be able to get that low.
Yeah, I'd have to kind of get some help to get back up from that one.
Give it a good bid.
Yeah.
See if Tyler can tap in his par. Tap in more of a...
Oh,
I
that
got
was
it.
a good putt.
Yeah. That's a great putt. This basket, it's always set a little low, so it's kind of a tricky shot
That
anyway.
was a good 10 paces. That was probably near circle's edge, actually.
Yeah, I think it was.
Oh,
Andrew,
right
again,
off the top.
that low basket can kind of get you on this one.
Well, and there's so many of them have been raised through this round.
Yeah. You get to some of these on the backside here, and you're like, wait a minute, these are short.
So Andrew, these downhill like that, even though it's not much, it throws me off.
Yeah, you can see Andrew just sneaks it in over the
You're
rim.
trying to throw it down, but then you don't want to throw it too low.
Yeah, that right angle.
Yeah.
Cory taps in his par.
So nobody had a horrible hole on that one. Looks like all pars. Got Tyler and Andrew under par for the round still,
Yeah, got away
and Cory
with
and
it.
Jacob aren't too much over par. Really,
No.
for this layout, that's doing pretty good.
Not bad. Yeah, gets the whole 18. The OB is a little different than what this looks, but you'll see it as we come up. We basically said feel free to throw as far as you want off the tee. You got the OB wall on the right. You got tracks on the left. If anybody goes left, well, that's a really bad shot. Looks like Andrew gets a skip, and he's in a good spot.
Yeah, that was a big skip. Puts him in good position, though.
You just don't want to turn it over too much.
Yeah, you
This-
don't want to go over that wall.
This looks good.
And then on the second throw...
Tree, but that's okay. It's
Yeah,
in a good
no, he's
spot.
okay. It's just he will be faced with the decision to make on the second throw. Do you try and go over the OB, or do you lay up and play
Yeah.
it safe?
He's going to have about a 430, 450 carry of the OB if he wants to go for it. And
That's
Jacob's
kind
a
of a
little
low.
low. Can't see where
Oh,
that's going.
there it
That's going to be a little short for him to want to really go for that.
Yeah.
Let's see what Cory can do here. Got the
Got a
right.
nice flip
Yeah,
on
he's
it.
got the good angle. You don't want to get this nose up, but you definitely want to get a little farther than
Yeah,
that.
it was a little low out of his hand as well.
I guess Jacob's about where the next tee is here.
He's proved he's got some power, so
and
he's going for it.
He's not holding back. All he's got to do is... Oh, he carried that easily.
Yeah, that'll be in good position.
That's a great shot. That hole plays about 500 feet, so you can see how far he threw that.
Makes you wonder if seeing him do that affected Cory's decision.
Yeah,
on
Corey's
whether to
going
go
for it, but
or
he's
not.
coming out early, and that's
That's
okay.
not anywhere near getting back in.
Let's see if Tyler can go for this one as well.
He's got quite a bit less to go.
He's got the
Oh,
distance, but he turns.
Yanked that and turned it over a little.
Is that not going to come back? No, not. And Andrew, that looks early.
Yeah, it's already
Get there.
fading out.
Get there. Is it? No.
Oh,
Oh, just barely. If anything.
yeah, it looks like he almost stayed in. So Tyler from where he went over the wall. Oh,
Okay.
and hit the basket.
Man, I almost rang that up.
Cory from where he crossed the line. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, that's an easy.
May
All
not
right.
be totally the finish he was looking for,
Looks
but
like
at least it'll finish it.
Yeah, looks like Andrew's gonna. Looks like he didn't know if he was in bounds or not up there, so he's playing from where he knew he was in bounds last.
Right.
Hard to tell.
Although I think he may have crossed on the green area.
Yeah, it looks like he may
so-
have cut that corner.
But they weren't up there to see that, so
Oh, just missed. Dang it.
here's Tyler.
Yeah, good putt.
That's a good putt to finish with. Jacob, only one with a birdie putt on this hole.
All right, Jacob. Kind of salvage your round here. He's had a pretty good back nine. The front nine wasn't the best, but his back nine's been really solid.
Well, and he played pretty well on the front
Yeah,
nine. He
Jacob.
just had a couple of bad holes.
That's a great birdie.
Yeah, that'll help boost his confidence for the next round.
Yeah, that OB by the green kind of got a few folks.
Yeah, they definitely were
But,
trying to bite off more than they were ready for. That
But-
brings Andrew to 1 up, Cory at 3 up, and Jacob at 2 up, and Tyler at 4 down.
Huh?
Tyler's leading the tournament by 3, so
Yeah, it looks like we'll have some new folks on the.
yeah,
On
we'll
the
have
feature
Liam
card.
and Kevin tied for 1 down, and Jack Peterson at even for the round on the next day. So
Yeah,
I hope
Nick
you all
Hansen,
come back and join us.
one over there too. You got a few guys right there that are kind of in the mix. Josiah
Oh yeah,
Griffin
it's all pretty tight. There's
Jonathan Chavez. Yeah, I
in
got
the top 10. There's only, other than the leader, there's only like 3 strokes apart. Really, 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's really anybody's good at this point. I mean,
all these guys are still in it. So you definitely don't want to miss that. We'll see you all then.